There's a lot of support for them. They don't have to go through this alone. They should not go through this alone. They have a support system, whether it's peers, family, and certainly they have the support of professionals who can really assist them through the process. Cynthia Rodriguez, I'm a licensed clinical social worker and the clinical coordinator of our outpatient services here at Hunterdon Medical Center. I do have experience working with eating disorders of all levels. So when the bariatric surgery came to Hunterdon Medical Center, I was asked to be part of the team to do the behavioral health assessments. The best way I could put it, they will be moving through life differently. They will find the freedom in themselves that they have not experienced or maybe never experienced. Sitting comfortably in an airplane seat, going out with friends, taking a walk in the park. Simple things that we don't think of. If we ourselves have not dealt with obesity issues, these are things that we may not even consider. But these are things that people who are going for the weight loss surgery deal with every single day of their lives. I think the best word would be a sense of freedom. You know, a sense of having more choices at their fingertips than they might have if their weight was in their way. Weight loss surgery really is one of the best ways to deal with obesity, plus the medical conditions that come along with obesity. Behaviorally, people can make changes just by diet alone, but to keep it up is another story. And I know everyone knows somebody or even themselves has gone through a period of time where they lost weight. So people can lose weight. It's maintaining the weight loss which is the issue. And if your body is starting to respond to the obesity or being overweight, if your body is what I consider breaking down, then the weight loss surgery really is a good means of getting yourself to a much healthier place. So it was very easy because he was well informed, was very ready to make the commitment. Before we were talking about timing and having the time to do all that is requested and required, and you already had all that worked out. So you were ahead of the game right from the start.
That's good. Well, I think I got a lot of information, I think, from Chris Meany. Spent a lot of time with me and Dr. Balam and seeing his presentation and his open house that he does and little video shots that he gives. And he's got some things out on the internet as well, which really was real helpful, so that when we met, we were able to talk about, I guess, to the next level and go to the, really, I think why I was really doing this, and more from a behavioral side, more from, more about me and my goals, and Cynthia really helped me talk about those things, and I think she really wanted to double check to make sure that I was doing them for the right reason. I think that was real helpful, and it felt good that I kind of confirmed that I was doing it for the right reason. And that I really was on the right track. I felt good about it, but just getting that reconfirmation and some good pointers too from Cynthia about different ways how some obviously my life will change afterwards for the positive, and being ready is the key.
It is the key, absolutely. Yeah.
Because your mind has to be there with it.
Yes.
It's not just something that you should take lightly, but
right. And having a positive attitude really does affect outcome.
Absolutely.
Bariatric surgery overall is a very lengthy process as far as what needs to be done prior to actually surgery day. And that can be very overwhelming for the clients. And so what happens prior really requires someone to help them through that process. Doctor's appointments, nutrition appointments, testing that needs to be done, and it all needs to stay on track. So I think it's important to have someone like me, like a navigator, we kind of call ourselves, to help stay in constant communication with the patients to say, okay, Glenn, you're doing a great job. you know, you have your appointment next week, I need this paperwork, just to keep the flow going to make sure that we can have optimal outcomes. I try to make them feel as comfortable as possible, answer their questions to the best of my ability, let them know, like Glenn had said prior, that there's no wrong question to ask. There's never something that someone hasn't asked before. And if I don't know the answer, I'll find it out for them. Dr. Balam, who is the surgeon, and I speak on a regular basis. We also have great support here throughout the hospital that if there's something that's not directly related to the surgery, but they want to know how nutrition is tied in or how behavioral health is tied in, then I can get those questions. But I think that one-on-one connection in that field, if the patient's comfortable with me as the first step, I think that will draw them into the program.
Really getting the facts is so important because, you know, in your mind you have all these different thoughts, and like I said too about how my children and my wife were a little apprehensive, but once I gave them the facts that I learned from Chris and Dr. Balam, I think they put their mind at ease, and that was so important because you hear about anything that you do, you hear all different stories and a lot of things that are not true, but once you have the facts and you could present those, and it makes a huge difference.
And Glenn made a great point, because although this is his experience and his surgery, it impacts his whole family the rest of his life. So we encourage, if his wife, if his children want to come to seminar, meet with myself, with Dr. Balam to get their questions answered, then we encourage, it's an entire family process. It's not just the patient. We include everyone that's involved. The whole team here at Hunterdon will be part of this coaching and support. So that's so important. The dietitian, behavioral health, Dr. Balam, myself, we'll all be part of this to help our clients, reach their goals. We have patients of all ranges. We're seeing patients well into their 70s that are very young and active and young at heart and want to make a lifestyle change even at that age. So as long as medically they're stable and we get clearances from all of their physicians, and the same thing, they're ready to make their lifelong change. If they're a good candidate, age really isn't that much of a factor. So we'll help whoever wants to be helped.
I've seen Glenn through his ups and downs, and I think we decided that this, together, Glenn's made the decision, and I'm here to support him and help him really reach his goal this time and stay there. I'm Nicole Chaldone. I'm a registered dietitian. I work here at the Hunterdon Medical Center, and I'm working with some of the bariatric patients in the program. Glenn wants to be able to go down to South Carolina and walk on the beach and feel confident and really healthy and get his blood sugar under control and really just regenerate his life. Pretty accurate?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm hoping around 100 pounds of weight.
Oh, you'll do that easily. After the surgery, we'll work pretty closely to figure out a progression of how different foods that Glenn can tolerate. Initially, there will be some restrictions and mostly a liquid-based diet that's high in protein. And as Glenn's healing and he continues to recover, we will progress his diet to include more regular foods. And he'll have a normal diet, a new normal, but it will be smaller portions of higher protein foods. As well as there will be vitamins and supplements that you will be taking for the rest of your life because the surgery does change the way you absorb some of your nutrients. So we will be this is a lifelong change. It's something that Glenn's going to stick with forever.
Eat to live, not live to eat. I think that's the key, and that's what I think I'll be able to do with this new tool that I have.
You will. It's a lifestyle change. Yeah. Glenn can do it. There's certain patients that are just really good candidates, and Glenn's ready. He's made up his mind, and he's going to do it.